Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Meredith Eglin, the Chief Operating Officer at CodeLit, and I'm excited to be with you today to walk you through something that's become incredibly important in today's real estate landscape, which is scaling your business efficiently and implementing tech in a way that actually works for your team. I've worked with dozens of mid-market companies, from real estate operators to tech forward services, and while the day-to-day operations may look very different, the scaling challenges are remarkably consistent across business models, business sizes, etc. This session is titled The Real Estate Leader's Guide to Efficient Scaling and Smarter Tech Implementation. My goal today is to make this guide practical, something you can walk away with and apply right away, even if you're not planning a massive digital transformation. Let's start with the big picture here. So, scaling isn't just about volume anymore. If you're bringing in over 10 million in revenue, the question becomes, are we growing in a sustainable, systematized way, or are we just running faster on the same hamster wheel? Inefficient scaling leads to burnout, team confusion, and profitability loss, even if top-line revenue looks great. So today we're going to unpack 4 key areas. The first is how to spot bottlenecks that are slowing growth, the most common inefficiencies draining your time and margins, discuss a framework to decide if the solution is process improvement or just new technology, and a few automation strategies that can create immediate wins in your business. Now let's dig into the bottlenecks. In high revenue firms, bottlenecks are rarely about one broken tool or one underperforming employee. They're systemic. They show up in workflows that used to work but can't keep up with scale. For example, a deal gets delayed not because of market conditions, but because 3 departments still require manual approvals. Or your marketing team is drowning in admin tasks instead of focusing on strategic growth. Or even a third example would be your leadership team is spending time triaging issues that shouldn't exist at this stage of business growth. So identifying bottlenecks means getting honest about what is holding your business back, even if it's something that has worked for years. So here are the most common signals we see when we step into a firm that's ready to scale but hitting operational drag. So the first is manual work is eating up your time. You've got people keying in data that should be auto-filled. Deals stall out internally, but not because of external factors. Firefighting is the norm. Your team is reacting, not driving, and not being proactive. More hires equals more confusion, not more capacity. And your data is scattered across platforms that don't sync. So if 2 or more of these sound familiar, chances are your systems are working against your growth and not for it. So here's a process we use with clients to get clarity quickly. First is audit your workflow. So start by documenting every major flow, how a deal goes from lead to close, how reports get created, how marketing assets are requested and deployed. Then measure the time. Ask what tasks are consuming the most time and producing the least value. You'll often find senior staff are stuck in low leverage work. And then thirdly, gather feedback. So we've seen teams light up when asked what's broken. They know, they've lived it, and their insights are often better than anything we'd find in data alone. So this process may take a few hours or even a few days, but it can save you months, if not years, of rework later. Let's shift to inefficiencies because recognizing patterns is the first step to fixing them. So, real estate firms at this stage tend to share a set of structural inefficiencies that fly under the radar. And while no single issue may seem critical, they stack up quickly into lost time, margin, and momentum. So let me walk you through the top 4. So first of all is over-reliance on manual work. So think about how many documents your team touches in a month, leases, contracts, amendments, proposals. If someone's copying and pasting data across 3 systems, you've already lost efficiency. Then we have communication bottlenecks. You've got brokers emailing PDFs, managers chasing signatures, clients sitting in limbo. If decisions rely on 10 email chains or more, it's time to rethink your workflow. Simple tools like shared task boards or AI-powered email summaries can make a real difference here. Third is disconnected systems. So your CRM doesn't talk to your accounting software, for example. Your document storage is separate from your communication. It creates double entry, manual reporting, and delays. This is one of the biggest issues we have seen with a lot of our clients. And finally, scaling without systematizing. So many firms respond to growth by hiring fast, but if the underlying processes are messy, adding headcount will just amplify that chaos. So growth should flow through clear, efficient pipelines, not duct tape workflows and heroic effort. So how do you know if you need new tech or better process in your business? Here is a quick litmus test. So if the issue is repetitive tasks or inconsistent output, automation or potentially AI is likely the right investment. However, if the issue is confusion, rework, or decision paralysis, the process itself needs fixing first. So we've seen firms spend 100K on software that ends up just on the shelf, not being used, not because the tool was bad or it was built poorly, but because the process it was meant to support was unclear to begin with. So don't digitize dysfunction. Fix the system, fix the process, fix the root issue, and then scale it. So let's talk about practical automation. Here are 3 automation wins that can create momentum immediately, especially for firms that are operationally stretched. And these aren't necessarily like future state dreams. They're available now and are low lift to implement. So automate data entry and document management. So you can integrate your CRM with your document tools. You can use AI to extract data from leases or contracts and remove the need for double entry entirely. For AI-powered reporting and insights, you can automate financial and deal flow dashboards, build in alerts for exceptions or bottlenecks. And for streamlined marketing and client communications, you can automate follow-ups and drip campaigns, as well as use smart proposal generators. For streamlining marketing and client communications, you can automate follow-ups and drip campaigns. You can use smart proposal generators for listings or even investor decks. So choose one task this week that you or your team hates doing, and that would also make a huge difference in the amount of time that you spend. It would decrease the amount of time you spend, and explore how to automate it. So to wrap this up, scaling again is not about volume. It's about velocity with control. The companies that will win in the next 3 to 5 years will be the ones that reduce friction faster than their competitors. So the 3 main takeaways here, if you're going to take anything away, would be number 1, identify and eliminate bottlenecks before throwing more people at the problem. Number 2, fix the way the work gets done before investing in tools to do work the wrong way but faster. And thirdly, use automation and AI to enhance but not replace your team's ability to move fast. So this is how we scale with intelligence, not just inertia. So if any of this sounds like what you're dealing with, we would love to connect. Whether you need help auditing your workflows, untangling your tech stack, or mapping out the next phases of scaling, we have been there and we can help. You can reach out directly to me, meredith.grace@codelit.com. And thanks again for spending this time with me today. I hope it was helpful, and let's go build smarter.